As you can tell by the lack of Kevin Durant jerseys in here, I'm a pretty big Kevin Durant fan. I'm a big fan of his. Been watching him since college. Oklahoma City. He's the reason I'm an Oklahoma City fan. If you didn't know, if you want a full story on that, I can do a separate video. But this is something different. I'm trying to stay calm now because I could get heated later in this video talking about stuff. But this video is mainly going to be about last night. Obviously, the injury itself, the game a little bit, other players' reactions, his mother's reaction, Kevin Durant's mother's reaction, Bob Myers, other Golden State players' reactions, and what they said after the game. Who's to blame for the injury, and then obviously the big elephant in the room, or we should say arena, the Toronto Raptors fans, and that is where it could potentially get very, very heated, as they said last night about Durant, raw emotion. But yeah, let's just get into it. So last night, the Golden State Warriors extended the finals. They won in a one-point game, 106-105, so there's only been one game in the 5 games so far that has been won by the home team. The other 4 games won by the road team. 2 wins in Golden State were won by Toronto. 2 games in Toronto have been won by Golden State. And then the 1 game at home by Toronto was won by Toronto in game 1. But yeah, I don't really want to talk about the game that much. It was a pretty good game. We'll talk about the end there. So Kyle Lowry took that shot at the end. It did get tipped, by the way. If you look it up, there's a picture of Draymond Green tipping it. Very good defensive play. But yeah, Toronto was up by 3 or so with about less than 2 minutes left. And then Stephen Curry hit a game-tying 3, and then Klay Thompson hit the go-ahead 3. Toronto went down, got a goaltend. Lowry went up. DeMarcus Cousins hit it before he hit the backboard. He did not think so, but the replay clearly showed that the ball was hit it hit the backboard, and then Cousins hit it. So it was very clear, very obvious. It was a very good call by the officials. There was a couple controversial calls here and there, but it's fine. One of them went against Golden State, and they ended up winning anyways. But just thinking about it, that's about it. Kyle Lowry's last shot, as I said, everyone was kind of roasting him because it looked really bad. It hit the side of the backboard. It might have even went behind the backboard, but it was, in fact, tipped by Draymond Green. Kyle Lowry's kind of getting memed on the internet for it, but it's fine. That's just basically a summary of the end last night. If you didn't know, Kevin Durant returned from his injury last night. They said it was a lower calf injury. I'm one of many people who was calling BS on that due to the fact of when he was walking, he was limping, and when they showed him taped, so I'm not a doctor, but I think I'm smart enough to know. So this right here is your calf. Here's your Achilles tendon on the back right here, and if it's a calf injury, I'd expect them to tape it right here, but they were taping it much lower, putting ice right here on the tendon directly. And so I was like, maybe he has an Achilles strain. Maybe he partially tore it. I don't know, but I think it's an Achilles injury. And so that was the injury. They said a calf strain. He was out for more than a month, and I was like, he's going to want to play regardless tonight or last night because he wants to win. He wants to help the team. They've been struggling a little bit without him against Toronto. So I was like, he's going to play. I don't know if he's going to be restricted or what. And they said unrestricted. He was dancing in the locker room before the game. He looked fine. I was like, I don't think he's still 100%. I think he's still forcing a little bit, but he went out there. He looked fine. He made 3 3-pointers. He made I think he made a couple free throws. So I think he had 11 points, but he was playing pretty well. And he goes in to drive mid-second quarter, and he steps with his right foot, steps down. And if you look at the close-up, I'll put a link in the description. I don't want to put it in this video, but you see the whole muscle jiggle. You just see everything just start shaking. And when you see that, it's usually a sign of a ruptured Achilles. Usually if you look up torn Achilles injuries, that is the Achilles tearing apart and shooting up the leg, and it shakes the whole leg. And then right after that, he went in, he stopped again, he lost the ball, and he limped and went down. We'll talk about what happened right after that later, but obviously a terrible injury for anyone's career. This video is it's already been 5 minutes at least, but this is going to be a long video if you didn't know. But obviously a terrible injury. It torn Achilles. DeMarcus Cousins was out a year. Kobe Bryant, it basically ended his career. So it's a very severe injury. It's one of the worst injuries you can have. The Achilles is a very crucial part. It connects your calf to your foot, I believe. I don't know the technicality terms, but it's a very crucial part. It's very difficult to walk on, and when you tear it, obviously Kobe walked off the court. But it's a very severe injury. He's out for a year at least. They have not confirmed that he tore it, but they said it is an Achilles injury. I think that it was partially torn coming into this game. I think he wanted to save him, and I think Durant forced the issue, but we'll talk about who to play other. But all right, so I've been talking about that too long. Other players' reactions. We'll go to this. This has a bunch. I had to look it, but this is about the Raptors' reaction, the fans' reaction, and then other players' reactions to the injury itself. So Joel Embiid said, "Why are they cheering for his injury? Come on, man. #disgusting." I agree. Where are the other tweets? Robert Covington said, "Shaking my head. Classless to cheer for someone who got hurt. Be better than that, people. Glad the players on both sides quieted the noise." I highly agree with that. Bobby Portis said, "Raptors fans can't cheer for a player getting hurt. That's lame." A lot of my Twitter is basically retweets of everyone saying that that's BS. Let's go to Twitter here. Montrez Harrell said, "Prayers up for a real one. Man, damn, may God walk with you, brother." And then he tagged Kevin Durant with a little @ thing, whatever that's called. Let's go to more. Andrew Bogut said, "Get well, KD." But yeah, that's basically it. Everyone obviously feeling bad for Kevin Durant. His mom even tweeted something. I need to pull that up real quick. But yeah, everyone obviously feeling bad. No one wants to see anyone get hurt, especially of an injury that severe. But with that injury, that is going to hurt him long term. Obviously, his injury. We saw what it did to DeMarcus Cousins. It gave him a major pay cut, and Kevin Durant was getting a very max contract. He was probably going to get a really big contract. He said this free agency, he is not going to take a pay cut like he's done in the past for the Warriors. He is going to want to get as much money as he can, and this is going to hurt it because he's going to be hurt. He's going to be out. It could affect his playing. So this is obviously not just big for the Warriors in the championship, but it's big for Kevin Durant's career. So we're going to talk about that later in the video. I don't know when. I kind of forgot to write that down, but we will squeeze that in there, the long-term effect. And Kevin, we'll probably squeeze that in at the end when I'm going off about the Raptors fans. But so Wanda Durant, Kevin Durant's mother, obviously, as you guys know, the real MVP, said, "For all of you who question my son as a man, question his heart, question his integrity, and question his love for the game of basketball, you don't know him. He has the heart of a true warrior. This too shall pass. God bless you all." So that is what she said, and yeah, that's pretty much all true. So let me write that down real quick. I'll just keep it up. But moving on, Bob Myers, the GM for the Warriors. Let's Google that. Let's Google that. I'm trying to stay calm, guys. I'm trying to stay as calm as possible so I don't lose it. But he started crying in his press conference. He said it's an Achilles injury, and that is why I'm saying Achilles injury. So here we go. So Achilles injury, we talked about that. Bob Myers, he's the president, president of the Golden State Warriors. He talked about Kevin Durant. He got emotional about it, was talking about it. The team was emotional after the game. They were kind of like, usually you'd celebrate winning an elimination game like that, keeping yourselves alive, but you could tell the mood of the team was kind of a, dang, this sucks. Like, winning, we saved ourselves, don't get us wrong, but we didn't want to lose one of our best players, and we didn't want to lose someone with a severe injury, obviously. So Myers said he would take the blame for the decision to play Durant. He said, "I don't believe there's anyone to blame, but I understand this world, and if you have to, you can blame me. I run our basketball operations department, and to tell you something about Kevin Durant loves to play basketball, and the people that question whether he wanted to get back to this team were wrong." So yeah, he did score 11. That's what this article says, but other players were very upset. Klay Thompson at the end of his press conference, I don't know when in the press conference, but someone asked him about Durant, I believe, and his importance to the team, and he said he's a finals MVP, 2 times final MVP, and he is very important to the team. He has done so much for the team, and obviously he's one of the best players in the world, is what Thompson said. And he said that if you think that Durant doesn't want to play, that's ridiculous. So he kind of went off, and then DeMarcus Cousins really went off, dropped a couple explicits in there, saying screw them, whatever. Talking about the fans and talking about the critics. So everyone was pretty salty after the game about critics, skeptics, anyone that was really hating on Kevin Durant. So that's that. Who is to blame? That's a difficult one because I think you could say it's a lot of people's fault. I think you could say it's Durant himself's fault. He wanted to play for a championship. He wants to save the team getting at the championship. And what does he know? The doctors know better than him. Why did he get to make a decision on it? It's his career. Obviously, he can do what he wants, but the doctors are more trained, more professional. They know what his limitations are. They know the injury. They're probably the only people who know the injury, considering all the release was a calf strain in the past. So I think he's part to blame. Don't get me wrong, but I think another one to blame are I don't want to put blame on anyone. I'm just throwing out some theories. Are doctors and trainers. I think that if they know that he can't play without the injury getting worse or potentially much worse, they should say, no, you cannot play. We override your own decision. You are not allowed to play. We're going to tell Steve Kerr, you cannot play. Do not put him in the game. You know what? Just don't give him his uniform. He can't play. He's not well to play. He'll make his injury much worse, and it could be a torn Achilles. So it could have been them. It could have been the president, Bob Myers, as he said, to override, say he can do what he wants. But that's that. And now we're going to get into the salty part. It feels appropriate to wear the Sith hat or whatever during this part, so calm myself. All right. There's not a ton of things that make me upset, but last night I was pretty salty. So, Kevin Durant goes down. He tears his Achilles. That's what we think. And he goes down on the ground, and the freaking Toronto Raptor fans start cheering like they just won the freaking championship. They start cheering for a guy that got hurt. Like, dead serious. They just started standing ovation cheering. Like, they were going crazy. They were absolutely losing their minds. They were cheering. They were acting like they just won the freaking championship. While Durant's sitting there with a freaking torn Achilles, they think it's the greatest thing on earth. They're like, great things. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm so glad he is hurt. I'm so glad he doesn't get to play anymore. Woo, his career's screwed. Let's go. Another guy's career. Down the drain. Some other human being. In pain. Let's go. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Alright, I hope every single person who freaking cheered during that, I hope you feel terrible about yourself. Alright, that's freaking ridiculous. Alright? You don't cheer when a freaking person goes down and gets hurt. I don't care who it is. I don't care how much you hate him, his freaking business decisions. I don't care who he plays for. I don't care who it is. You do not cheer for someone when they get hurt. That's absolute bullcrap that you cheered for that guy when he got hurt. That's freaking ridiculous. But, and then the worst part is that the players all start telling him to calm down, and they suddenly feel bad, so they give him a nice clap. They're like, oh, yeah, you're getting off the court, all right, you're fine. Yeah, now they feel bad about it because the players told them to stop. And once the players tell them to do something, they'll stop doing it. Seriously. That's terrible, all right? If you cheered for that, that's ridiculous, all right? Golly, how would you feel if you, I don't know, were playing a sport in front of people, you get hurt and people start cheering for you? You'd feel terrible. You'd probably want to curse those people out. You'd want to scream at them, throw stuff at them. That'd piss me off. I mean, seriously, if I was out there playing basketball and I break my foot, tear something, I don't know, whatever the injury may be, I wouldn't want people cheering for it, like, yeah, he got hurt. I mean, that's terrible. That's absolutely horrible. I can't even, that's just, I'm trying to, it really pisses me off, and I needed my sheet there, and I just tore it up because I'm pissed off at damn idiots. I can't even read it. I ripped this thing to shreds. Okay, Kevin Durant, that's what we were talking about. God, idiots. I'm sorry about that, but I really needed to get that out. That was It's so stupid if you cheered for him. I hope you feel terrible. The worst was the guy waving goodbye to him. That guy is who. There's a video, like, there's this guy at floor seats waving him goodbye. Yeah, if you're watching this video, I hope you feel terrible about yourself. That's BS. But Kevin Durant. So we're going to talk some nice things about him now. All right, I'm somewhat back to earth now. Somewhat calm, whatever. But Kevin Durant. So we're going to talk about him. So people hate him. Like, people just straight up hate him. They cheer for him when he gets hurt. Toronto. People don't like his decision. It was a business decision. I didn't like it, of course. I'm an Oklahoma City fan. But I didn't like him going to Golden State. But I respect it because it's his career. It's his decision. He can do what he wants. He knew that when he announced on July 4th, 2016, when he said he was going to go to the Golden State Warriors, he knew he was going to get hate. He knew his jerseys were going to get burned. He knew that people on Twitter, people on Facebook, people on YouTube were going to rage, absolutely rage about him leaving Oklahoma City. Not only just leaving Oklahoma City, but to go to the team that beat them when they were beating him 3-1. He knew that was going to happen. He absolutely knew that was going to happen. But he still did it because it's about his career. He wanted to be a better basketball player, which he has become. He's become a more efficient player, better all-around player. Hate him or not, he has. So Durant, he knew that was going to happen. And then while he's in Golden State, he wants to stay in Golden State, and he wants to keep the core of the team. So he takes a pay cut. Obviously, he's still making millions of dollars. You're like, oh, it's millions of dollars. Whatever. He still takes a pay cut. He could have said, screw you guys, I'm going somewhere else getting as much money as I can. Which was probably what he's going to do this summer. But he decided to say, hey, I'll take a pay cut so Stephen Curry can get more money. So Klay Thompson can get more money. So Draymond Green can get more money. Andre Iguodala. Blah, 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 blah. And he decided to say, hey, all right, I want to win championships. So I'll take a pay cut, take a few million out, give it to those guys. So he did that. Still got hated for staying with the Warriors, even though he sacrificed himself. He sacrificed some money for the rest of the team to keep the team together. And then he gets hurt. And people are saying, oh, he's faking it. He's being a wimp. He's absolutely BSing his injury. He's fine. I guarantee you he could go out and play. I'm telling you he's fine. Blah, 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 blah. He is not fine. He probably had a partial tear in his Achilles, and now it's a full rupture. So, you tell me that's a fake injury, and yeah. But he is a great basketball player, one of the greatest. He was not faking his injury. He sacrificed for his team. He loves the game of basketball. That is a true man who cares about his friends, brothers, teammates, all of his fans. He cares about them. And he's getting hate for a decision he made, for getting injured, which he cannot control, for taking a pay cut, sacrificing himself for his teammates and brothers, fans, as I said. And he shows up on Twitter, responds to a few Twitter trolls, and gets more hate. Are you kidding? If I was him, I'd be so pissed off every day that I get hate. I mean, I would be losing it. Absolutely losing it. And he's taking the high road. He's not responding every day to these haters. He does sometimes. I'll admit it's a little bit childish at times, but you know, he's maturing. So I don't know what else to say. I'm a little built up right now. I'm still a little pissed off. But yeah, that's all for today's videos. I'm wishing the best for Kevin Durant. I really hope he does get fine soon. That's terrible, his injury. That's terrible for the Toronto fans that cheered on. I hope they feel absolutely terrible about themselves. But yeah, that's it. Got all these Kevin Durant jerseys in the background. If you can't see them, we got those over there. I got a couple more in my closet right here that you can't see. But yeah, that one up the middle right here, that's from the finals in 2012. It has a little finals logo on there. That's a t-shirt. Golden State t-shirt, and then Oklahoma City jersey. More Oklahoma City jerseys than that other Golden State t-shirts. But yeah, will he play next season? Likely not. He's out for a year. We can discuss that in a separate video, but this has been long enough, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off. If you like this video, please leave it a like. If you don't like me salty, I'm sorry, I get salty. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you should, because that would make me happy and I wouldn't have to rage. I'm just kidding. But yeah, sorry about that rant, going crazy, smashing the desk, ripping papers, throwing stuff. But it pisses me off. I've witnessed it firsthand in a game where someone got clapped for when they got hurt, and that set me off. So just don't cheer for people when they get hurt, especially with this severe of an injury. Just be good, kind human beings. Just love each other. Don't hate each other. Hate's not going to get you anywhere. So just be loving, be kind, be treated how you would want to be treated. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.